fucking expensive. None of them are wearing masks. She would wipe it with a dry paper towel, maybe 20 minutes. This is my tattoo. I start bawling. As if this couldn't get any fucking better. I can't believe that I'm finally filming this video. I should make this video to help people and really encourage them to like turn around and get the fuck out if the vibes are not good. Hi guys, so today we are going to be talking about my Friday the 13th tattoo horror story. So I'm a YouTuber, so that's what we're going to title it, obviously. So I originally was actually vlogging this. I asked if I could film in the shop and they were like, yeah, you can film, you can do whatever you want, like we don't mind. And I'm going to show you guys some photos and evidence, and I could have easily prevented this situation. But I didn't, because I have a wee little bit of anxiety. First of all, I originally was supposed to get a Friday the 13th tattoo at the beginning of 2020. I think it was like the first Friday the 13th of the year or the second. So we had this plan to go and get these Friday the 13th tattoos, but then the pandemic happened and they obviously canceled it. So throughout the year I was getting a lot of tattoos. I think that was part of my way of processing and dealing with the isolation, taking care of myself, you know, doing a little self-care, a little makeover moment, you know. So I got a lot of tattoos last year. I got a lot of tattoos. This tattoo was my last tattoo that I got last year. So skip all the way to November 13th. This was the day that I fucked up. And if I could take back any moment in my life, it would be that day. It'd actually be that whole week. It was a really, really rough week, and I should have known something was kind of like off, that I was like kind of being told, you know, like to calm down and to like maybe not do it or something. Had a lot of stuff going on. My mentality just was not there. So this was literally like the final stab in the back for that whole week. I like was a mess and I'm still kind of recovering from it. I'm definitely doing a lot better now. It's January, so like the whole month of December and the rest of November, it's just a blur. This tattoo is just the icing on the fucking cake for that week. I'm not gonna say the shop name or the tattoo artist's name specifically because they do know that I have a YouTube channel. They did subscribe to my YouTube channel and everything when I had asked permission to film and stuff like that, so they could be watching this. Hi, if you're watching this. Yeah, this is gonna be awkward. So this all started because I was on Facebook and I had seen a post about these Disney flash tattoos, and looking back, they were fucking expensive. I can't really judge how an artist is gonna price their work, but once y'all see this, you'll know that it was overpriced. This is the post that I saw on Facebook. It had a lot of likes, a lot of shares, a lot of comments, and people were getting tagged in it that I knew that I was like friends with or mutual friends and stuff like that. So that's how I think it ended up on my feed. I love a good Disney movie, but y'all know that my favorite is 101 Dalmatians, so I'm always looking when there's Disney Flash if there's 101 Dalmatians, and there rarely ever is. Like, there never is. And I already have 101 Dalmatians tattoo, so I didn't want anything too crazy. I see that they have the 3 puppies on the couch from the Thunderbolt TV scene in the first movie, and I was like, oh my god, that scene is so iconic. This was a really common one that people got like on their collarbone or on their arm, and I was like, oh my god, yes, this is my moment. And it was $100 because their collars had color. It was $100. Look at the other tattoos on this board and look at the ones that were $60 and tell me why this one was $100. I even did a little spiel at the beginning of my tattoo vlog about how artists price tattoos and how you can't judge them, and like really defending this person because I had already assumed people were going to be like, that's ridiculous, like why did you pay $100 for a Flash tattoo, Friday the 13th tattoo, like a Disney like copy, like it's not even like a custom piece, like why are you paying $100 for that little tattoo? And so I did a little spiel at the beginning of my vlog about how, like, you know, they can price it however they want, it's okay, like some shops are different. Back with another tattoo vlog. It is Friday the 13th, which if you guys didn't know is a dope ass day to go get some tattoos, and I'd love to drop a little bit of like Friday the 13th tattoo knowledge on you. On Friday the 13th, a lot of tattoo shops do flash tattoos, which are pre-drawn, ready to go tattoos. You just walk in, you say I want that one, they slap it on you and you get a tattoo. Some tattoo shops do themes, so their tattoos may be related to Friday the 13th. Their tattoos may be related to horror. Their tattoos may be Disney. It's a common misconception that every single shop is going to be $13. I wish, but at the end of the day, these are shops, these are the artist standards, and these are what they think that they are worth. I'm gonna go get a Disney tattoo today. The first red flag of this was I see these two like teenage looking girls come out of the shop and they're not wearing masks. And they're like giggling and laughing, and they just walk right out of the shop and they're not wearing masks. And I was like, Furthermore, they had moved down like 2 shops from their original shop, and their original shop looked a little rough. I don't know if that's how it looked like when they were operating, or if they did that whole thing, like if they decided to like graffiti it or whatever after. So that was also another red flag, and it was really interesting. I go into this tattoo shop and there are 3 tattoo artists, and none of them are wearing masks. There's like a law, I think, or like an order in effect in Ohio that you have to be wearing a mask if you're a place of business, let alone if you're like a medical place of business. So I leave my mask on, obviously. There wasn't even a sign on the door. Like they weren't even faking it or trying to cover it up. And then it also reeked. It reeked when you walked into the shop. Like, reeked! To the point when I came home, I smelled like the shop. Reeked of weed. You know, recreational, whatever, you do you. I don't care. It's not legal in Ohio though. So again, that's something that's like illegal because it's not legal in Ohio. You're a medical place of business and it stinks. I was like, oh my god, and I have asthma. I have really bad lungs. So I don't like to be around people when they smoke, and they weren't smoking, but it smelled so bad that I was still coughing from the smell. I will say the inside of the shop looked really nice. They had some really nice decor in it. They had that going for them. It was a little different. I get in there. She says she recognizes me because I had been messaging her on Facebook. That's how I even scheduled the appointment. She gives me the paperwork and I'm like filling it out, and I'm sitting there on the little couch thing and I'm like shaking. I like feel sick. I'm like, I don't want to do this. This is such a bad idea. I don't trust this. This is really weird. This is really sketchy. I should just leave. I should just say like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot that you said it was cash only. Let me go get some cash and I'll be right back. And then just dip. Like, you know, like something like that. Like I could have easily done that and I didn't have the guts to. I didn't have the guts. They had 5 stars on Google. 5 stars this tattoo shop has on Google. And they had thousands of likes on Facebook, which is not common for tattoo shops around here at all, especially when you don't have any like well-known tattoo artists. So I was really confused on why they had so many likes and why they were so popular and why this flash tattoo thing was like all over my timeline. And this girl, almost by like her bio on Facebook, made it seem like she like owned the shop. So I thought that like she was like the top dog in this facility, which we'll get to later. we'll get to later. She says, let me set up real quick and you stay out here. So I don't even get to like see her set up. So she tells me to come on back, and she has the like the chair set up, and she's got like this little arm thing. I don't even think that it had saran wrap on it. I can't remember, but she had like the arm thing next to it. And I was like, this is another thing, like, no, it's like getting my first tattoo all over again. And she was like, okay, where do you want it on your arm? And I was like, I really wanted to get it on my leg. She was like, oh, like, I'm gonna have to reset up. Like, we can go in the other room and you're gonna have to lay down. I don't think you should get it on your leg. I think you should get it on your arm. And she was like really pressuring me and saying that like I needed to get this on my arm. I don't have any tattoos on my arms. And I was like, I really don't want it on my arm. And she was like, oh, well, you could get it like right above the ditch. You could get it above the elbow, which thank Lord I did not, because if I had this thing on my fucking arm, oh my God, I don't even think I'd be able to talk about it, to be honest. She eventually says, well, we could do it like on your shoulder, like on your back. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, like that seems fine. Yeah, I'll even put it so that way your strap, like your bra strap doesn't touch it so it won't fade. Even though I still wasn't comfortable that she didn't want to do it on my legs. So she puts the stencil on and I look at it in the mirror. I don't know if like each artist is different, but I've been with people when they get like shoulder tattoos or back tattoos, and they usually, even no matter where you get a tattoo, you want to be like stretched out. Like hold a chair, or they lean like this and they stretch that back skin. So they sit like this, or they like, she didn't have me do any of that. She just had me sit there like this, which was awkward because, you know, I could move around, I could sway. I was having second thoughts when I sat down. So I quickly turned around and said, hey, can I see some of the other flash tattoos that you did? Like, I'm just curious. And she shows me all these flash tattoos that she had done that day. And she had like a full day. So she was tattooing like over 10 people or something. They look fine. I didn't see anything wrong with them. I thought that they looked like standard flash tattoos. So I was like, okay, and that made me feel better, and that's what made me like commit. Because if they looked sketchy, I would have just dipped. Oh my God. I get this tattoo. Takes like maybe 20 minutes. Maybe. Probably less. And mind you, if anybody comes in the shop, they can see me getting this tattoo. They can see the tattoo. These two other teenage girls come in. So I feel like she just really lured in the youngins. And they're looking at the board and they just whip their mask off as soon as they see that she's not wearing one. They take them off. And they can clearly see what the hell I'm getting, which, as if that's not a billboard to like turn around and not give this woman any more money. And throughout the process of her tattooing, she would wipe it with a dry paper towel. I've never, in my 15 tattoos, had anybody wipe me with a dry paper towel. She finishes the tattoo and she's like, all right, I'm gonna bandage you up. And I was like, oh, can I see it? Like, I hadn't seen it. And I had her film a clip with my camera. She had my camera for like 2 minutes. And she got a 3-second clip, and it's blurry as fuck. And I'm not gonna ask her to redo it because I just felt like an idiot. And I had shown her what button to hit and how to focus the camera. So then she's like, yeah, let me take a picture. So she takes a picture. She shows me what I now have on my body permanently. And I just wanted to cry. Like, if I didn't have a mask on, I bet you my face was fucking priceless, because it was probably like this. Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? This is my tattoo. That's my tattoo. Oh dear God. All the things. First of all, the poor puppies look like they on some crack. They got them cracked out eyes. So the only thing I could say when I saw it was, that bottom line looks really crooked. So I tell her that the bottom line looks really crooked. That's the only thing I could say. That's the only thing I could say. I was like, that bottom line looks really crooked, really shaky. And she tells me it's curved. Okay. I said, okay, yeah, let's go. And she was like, okay, I gotta bandage you up. And she was like, have you heard of Sensoderm? And I was like, yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah, I've used it. And she was like, okay, well, it's an extra $5. And I was like, no thanks. Do I have the right to just leave? But like, I just filled out all this paperwork. I was so tempted to like short her and only give her like 60 or 80 bucks, like real quick, and just fucking run out the door. But I didn't. I mean, she had my information and she knew my Facebook. Okay, so she wipes me down. I'm like up on the verge of tears, and these girls are just standing there still looking at me and like talking about all these tattoos and stuff. And like they blatantly heard me say like, that line is crooked. Like that's not good. Not the only thing crooked about this damn tattoo. Didn't tip her or anything. I start bawling. I am bawling. And I didn't record anything else for the day. I didn't record anything else. I was like, I'm not filming this. I'm a fucking mess. Bawling my eyes out. And I was like, I can't go home. I can't go home and have Brandon see this. Like, I was like instantly thinking that. I'm filming a story time about my horrible tattoo.
Your one on the shoulder?
Yeah. I'm like, oh my god, laser is so expensive. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I was like, I need this shit fixed. That was my first thought, which again, this was also where I fucked up. And I think about the other shop. It's Friday the 13th, they're doing Friday the 13th tattoos, they're gonna be open. I book my ass. I mean, I'm going like 65, 70 miles an hour, like fucking booking it to this tattoo shop. Like, I want this shit done quick because I'm like traumatized. And I think it affected me even more because it was a tattoo of something that I've been so passionate about since I was like 3 years old. And I couldn't believe that that innocent thing that I've loved for so long could be turned into this piece of shit. And I walk in the door and I've collected myself. Or so I thought. And the receptionist guy is like, hi, what can we do for you? And I just start crying again. And the guy's like, whoa, 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 like, what's wrong? Like, are you okay? He's like thinking I'm psychotic or something. And I'm just bawling my eyes out to this dude at the front. And I tell this dude that I just got this Friday the 13th tattoo at another shop, literally not even 5 minutes ago. And it's horrible and I need it fixed and that I'm really upset. And he clearly can tell I'm upset. And he's like, whoa, breathe. There's another guy next to him, which is a tattoo artist, and he's like, oh my god, like he's like comforting me. He's like, breathe, I'm sure it's not that bad. We'll get you taken care of. It's okay. Calm down. And they ask me where I got it and I tell them and they're like, oh. They're just like, well, let's get you in a room, let me like, you know, see it, because I have to like take off my shirt to like show them. So he's like, let's go in a room, let me see it, let me see if I can do something for you. So we go into the room and he looks at it and he doesn't say anything. And I'm just like, please tell me that you think it's as bad as I think it is and that this isn't a fever dream. Like, just confirm, like, you're not gonna hurt my feelings, but tell me that it's bad. And he's like, I mean, it's not good. I'm like, okay, I don't care, like, just do whatever you can to make it look better because I can't live with it. Like, I can't go home. He calls in, like, the owner of the shop and he looks at it and the owner of the shop's like, what the fuck? And I'm just like, I feel like I got a prison tattoo. I'm like distraught. I'm a mess. He goes, I'm only gonna charge her the Friday the 13th flash price and I'm just gonna make her feel better about this, and I'm gonna take care of it. And the owner's like, yeah, of course, like that makes sense, like yeah. Mind you, I already had $100 invested in this, and when I told them that I paid $100, both of their, like, I could tell from their mask, like, moving, that their jaws literally dropped. Their eyes got about this big. It didn't hurt at all. I think I was a lot more relaxed and calm, and like kind of like in like a state of like hysteria that I like didn't feel it at all. Then I tell him who did it, and he goes, oh my god, she used to be my apprentice. As if this couldn't get any fucking better. And he goes, yeah, she used to be my apprentice here, but I fired her. And I was like, oh my god. And then he said that that's when she started work at that shop. I just can't believe that she has a tattoo license when she's doing stuff like this. And then he said that she doesn't. She doesn't have a tattoo license. He's like, did she tell you that she's an apprentice? I said, no. He's like, she never disclosed to you that she's an apprentice. And I said, no. If she would have told me that she was an apprentice, I wouldn't have done this, like, period. I just wouldn't have felt comfortable doing that. Especially if she was doing so many tattoos in one day, I wouldn't have done it. Yeah, he tells me that you don't need a tattoo license, it's not required, you just have to tattoo for so many hours and then you're free to work in a tattoo shop. In this county in Ohio. And I was like, he does my tattoo. He was only allowed or able to outline it because it's a fine line mini tattoo. And it had a lot of intricate, terrible details in it that if he was to go over them and touch, they would just become one big black blob. But he did tell me when he looked at it that she had gone super deep in a lot of spots on the tattoo. And I instantly knew that that meant blowout. Like, instantly knew that that meant a blowout, like, soon. It was $30. So now this tattoo's $130 is what I've put into this tattoo. And then I tipped him like 15 bucks because he literally calmed me down. He was super nice, super professional. My mistake was going and having him do what he did because it obviously made the lines a lot thicker. It made them bolder and it made them darker. Which a week from today, the day you're watching this video, I will be getting my cover up for this piece. I contacted my artist probably 5 days after I had this tattoo because I just could not live with it. Like, I still can't live with it. And I told him everything that happened. He was like, I'm gonna get you in and we're gonna take care of it. He's like, that really sucks to see. I'm so sorry that that happened to you. And he told me all these techniques to do to make it heal lighter. And I did them, but I don't think that they did anything because my skin is so pale that I think it just really holds ink super well. But this is what it looks like today. And as soon as the healing process was done, I think 2 of the puppies had already blown out. Y'all ready? There's a little peek. It's like a black blob. Oh my god. I feel so bad for my artist having to cover this shit up. But you guys can see what I mean when I think it's a little too high because it actually goes on my legit shoulder, but oh my god. Yeah, it is a black mess. I cannot wait to get this shit covered. And I even told my artist, I was like, even if you do like all black there, like just make it look like a cover up, I don't care. So this whole half of the puppy's face is blown out, this half is blown out, and this half is blown out. It is pretty dark, but it's gonna be a process. I can't believe I let this happen. I also want to read you guys, I did end up leaving a review. Like, there's a review from 2 weeks ago. It says, great people and atmosphere. Very fair priced. And they gave them 5 stars. Did we go to the same shop? I'm a bit confused. This seems like a scam. There's a bunch of 5-star reviews that don't say anything from a year ago. And then this person from 10 months ago says, whether you're going to get your very first tattoo or perhaps an entire sleeve completed, this place is awesome. The staff are open and upfront and will try to walk you through the whole process. With as little pain as possible, we're offering a wide array of tattoo styles. The owner always seems to be in a good mood. Be on the lookout for their $25 deals, which happen about once a month. It's a great way to meet new artists while getting a high quality tattoo at a reasonable price. bitch said what now? This is my review. The shop reeks of weed as soon as you walk in. It's very strong and you will smell like it when you leave the shop. I did visit during the pandemic, but not one employee was wearing a mask. If health officials were to visit on top of the smell, the no mask would probably shut them down. I visited for some Disney Flash. This is a little out of my element as I typically have all my tattoos done by one artist, but I wanted to branch out, and who doesn't love Disney? I first thought the pricing was a bit much. $60 for a very small black and white line work based tattoo, or $100 for a still small line work tattoo, but with color. And then I said her name. Did not tell me that she was an apprentice. However, if I'd have looked on Facebook more, I would have seen that myself. Yeah, if you went on their Facebook page and like scrolled down like months, then they let you know that she's an apprentice, and they talk about like her deals and what she does and stuff like that. But it was not put in this Disney Flash thing, and they tell you to directly reach out to her specifically. And once I had done that and talked to her, she still didn't let me know that she was an apprentice. My tattoo looked like a basement tattoo. Shaky line work, blowout areas from her going way too deep. When telling her about this, she told me the lines were curved when in fact they were just plain scratchy. I quickly paid her the overpriced that it was for the size and just poor execution, and immediately left in tears. I had so many red flags, but I could not have the guts to just leave before it began. Please do your research and don't see 5 stars on Google and assume it's all good. Biggest mistake, but at the end of the day, it was my mistake. Which is true. I still stand by that. Like, there's so many people here that are leaving 5 stars. I mean, these are from like, some of these are from the same time that I went. Some of them are older. I don't understand how this happened. I mean, I do. Because again, there were so many red flags. Don't understand how a shop can have such dedicated people and have 5 stars when they're putting out stuff that looks like this on people permanently. Another thing that sucks is that this really messed up if I ever wanted to get a back piece in the future, because now I'm not going to be able to. I'm just going to be able to get another shoulder piece. I'm never gonna have like a full back piece, which I've pictured myself with before, and I know that it'd probably be easier to do a cover up as a full back piece, but at the end of the day, I'm 21 years old and I cannot think of something that I want that big on my back for the rest of my life. May not be easier, but it's definitely more affordable to get it covered up or blasted over versus getting lasered. My view on myself and my body image, and it's really affected me and kind of been like a wake-up call, and I just want it gone and then worry about other stuff later. So yeah, that's my tattoo horror story. I will be vlogging my tattoo cover-up. If it ends up being 2 sessions, then we'll just have 2 different vlogs, and then you guys will eventually see the finished piece before summer, and I can't wait for you guys to see what it turns into, the beautiful piece of art. I'm so excited and just thankful again that Jake taking on this big mistake that I made, and he's gonna make me feel better, and I'm sure we'll laugh about it, and I'm gonna tell him everything as I'm getting tattooed, so that'll be fun. But I love you guys, and just really do your research. Don't see 5 stars on Google. Don't see thousands of likes and think that it's all okay. Don't see a few good pictures and move on. Dig deep. If you have their Facebook, stalk their Facebook. Stalk their Facebook profile. Know who's gonna be tattooing you. It's a permanent commitment unless you get it covered up or laser removed. And I know that spontaneous tattoos are fun. I've gotten spontaneous tattoos. Trust me, they're awesome. But still, you should at least be looking up the shop and looking at stuff before you just walk in and get something. Even if it's the same day, you can do enough research in that limited amount of time to prevent stuff like this. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't get shitty tattoos. And if you do, hopefully you can fix them. I'll see you again very soon. Peace out, Girl Scouts.